What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm out here. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can see that I'm changing around, my office as I'm getting settled into this new content routine. I'm still trying to figure out what angles, what lighting, what, I want to show in the background. Today we have my workstation. We got the desktop with my background, and we also got my anime posters right here in the back. So I hope you guys like this workstation. But what I want to talk to you guys about today is the future of the online coaching space and where I see it heading. So the thing is every single year the coaching space changes because the coaching space is directly correlated with social media, and social media changes every single year. I feel like every 6 months there's a new algorithm change, or there's a new trend going on, or whatever, what have you. Something's changing, or a new platform comes out, new technology comes out. Even last year with the release of ChatGPT, I feel like it really shifted our industry in a different direction. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like a lot of people fear changes. Changes aren't bad. Usually all changes are made for the better, right? With ChatGPT, a lot of coaches were scared that, hey, maybe AI is going to take my job. But the thing is, people still need to be able to man the AI in order for them to get the results. So the fitness coaches are the ones that are now leveraging AI to save them time on fulfilling their clients. And so if you go back to the beginning of social media, it's changed so much. But you are able to change with the industry. The only times I've seen coaches lose with the changing of times is when they don't change, right? I had a group of friends that I was close with back in 2016, 2017. They were trying to grow their page, and they caught an algorithm, right? Swipe workouts was pretty much the thing to do. And so they just posted swipe workouts every single day, and they grew a massive following, massive following. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of followers, some of them even getting up to 1 million followers. And when 2020 came around, they released Reels, and they absolutely got wiped out because they didn't change. They kept posting swipe workouts. They kept posting what used to work, and their following size pretty much dwindled. One of my friends went from 1 million followers down to 500,000. So he lost 500,000 over the last three years. Lost 500,000 in the last 3 years, and then the other friends completely fell off Instagram altogether. They don't even post anymore. Because they didn't want to change. They had something that worked, and they didn't put in the effort to learn and adapt with the market, and the market left them behind, and they suffered. But another friend who grew his page during that same time shifted his content, shifted his marketing, and now his content looks completely relevant to what's relevant in today's market. He's doing podcast interviews, he's doing street interviews, he's doing reels, and so he was able to grow and capitalize on the trend, but also shift with the market and continue his growth. And he's still, thriving today more than ever. And so you have to understand that with changes in the marketplace, you are also going to have to adapt, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You just have to keep on your toes and figure out what's going on. But where do I see the future of the coaching space going? So, a couple years ago, DM outreach was a really, really popular tactic, and it still works to this day. However, you can't just DM cold. You can't just, slide into someone's message inbox and expect to get a call booked when no one knows you. Everyone has a guard up. Everyone's been reached out to by everyone these days. People are getting hundreds of messages in the DMs, and it is an oversaturated tactic. And so, though DMs work, what you have to really rely on is building a strong, organic, personal brand, and also nurturing leads long-term in the DMs as well. So the big thing is you can't hide behind a screen anymore. You cannot, post workouts with your face being covered, or never show yourself on your stories, because you're not going to stand out in the marketplace. Right, you will get covered up by everyone else. You will get covered up by people who are, being loud and proud and really, really pushing the marketing. So what you have to do is you have to get used to showing your face. You have to get used to sharing more about your personal life. You have to get used to building a connection with your audience. And you also have to instill leadership in yourself, and understand that the only way to get your business off the ground and get your business to the next level is by how well you lead others and inspire them to follow you. Because at the end of the day, that's really what's going on. I see so many coaches trying to get into the space because they want to make money, but they've never, ever even been in a leadership position ever in their life before, and they expect all of a sudden that they're just going to make a decision to start this business, and people are just going to line up to learn from them. you do have to put in the time, energy to invest in yourself, personally develop yourself, instill leadership habits in yourself, right? Wake up on time, don't check your phone, read, learn, work out, eat well. Like, you have to be the living embodiment of what you're trying to get others to do as well. And if it doesn't start there, then it's going to be really hard to, one, showcase your results, and two, inspire other people to lead after you, right? Or follow you. Right? A lot of the times your clients are going to be people who follow you and look up to you. And so you need to be able to elevate yourself from the general population in order for people to look up to you, right? If you are, not following habits, if you're not, following a disciplined plan, if you don't even have the results yourself, no one's going to look up to you. You have to have people who look up to you in order for you to sign them as clients. So the first step might need to be to elevate yourself and, personally develop yourself and actually become worthy in the marketplace. The second thing is that you need to be a great coach, right? We can no longer hide behind sales tactics. Well, not saying that was what we were doing beforehand, but like, that's what people are expecting to do. What's the secret script? What's the secret tips? Guys, we provide all of that in PTBI, but at the end of the day, it really comes down to how well you're able to lead and influence people. There's no magic word that's going to do the trick if you don't have true leadership in your own self, and when it comes to marketing online as well. So that's the second thing is, you can't hide behind scripts. You can't hide behind tactics. It's going to require you to elevate yourself in order for people to follow you and look up to you. And also, too, you have to become a good, valuable coach in the marketplace. Now, with that being said, a lot of these tactics will still work to this day, but it's who's driving them. That's the question. It's not what is the secret, it's who's driving those systems, who's driving those tactics. And the better that you can make yourself through personally developing yourself, investing into your mindset, investing into your physique, investing into yourself as a marketable product, the more successful you are going to be in this space online. So those are the changes that's happening to the marketplace right now. Is you can't rely on outreach. You can't rely on ads the same way that you used to. You can't rely on challenges the same way that you used to. It's really going to come down to how valuable you are as the individual. And the more work that you put into yourself, the more valuable you'll become, the bigger your business will grow, because more people will look to you as a source of inspiration. So hopefully this is valuable for you guys. If I'm going to give you guys action steps so that way you guys have a good plan of action for moving forward, what I'm going to recommend is that get on a fitness routine and get in the absolute best shape of your life. As much as I hate to say it, aesthetics does matter and how you look does matter. Now, you don't have to be the most ripped person ever. You don't have to be the most jacked person ever. You don't have to be the most fittest person ever, but you should be your absolute best self. Right? You should show people your absolute worst and your absolute best, and you should live by your absolute best, because that's what's going to inspire other people to follow you. So get in good shape. That's the first thing. The second thing is hire a mentor, right? When it comes to business, that way you can have tabs on the changing markets. Part of the value that we have with PTBI is, we give you the scripts, we give you the systems, but it also comes down to being able to shift with the market as it adjusts, and we keep you guys up to date because we have a pulse on the industry and we know exactly what's happening, because that's pretty much our jobs. The next thing is going to be develop yourself mentally, right? Read books, learn how to speak to people, build your confidence inside so that way you can showcase leadership outside. Those are real tangible tactics that cannot be stripped away from you no matter what happens in the industry. So like I said, there's changes coming. It's just going to require you to get better. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that it's time for us to all level up.